gay marriage, defense.
Or the comparison.
We haven't talked to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kendra Dalton. I have an extra bone in my body and I never blink.
And I'm Courtney Bayou. I'm left-handed and my grandfather is Abraham Lincoln. And this is AI News. If you're watching any other station, it's biased. Hot off the press, these are your poll results. Here's Kendra with the breakdown.
Okay, so Miss Adams' class looks like pretty much overall we have a 52% conservative versus a 48% liberal. So they're pretty evenly split as we can see here.
Now let's take a look at the results of the personal issues. As you can see from the graph, a lot of Mrs. Adams' class leaned toward a more conservative viewpoint. And as far as economic issues went, it was a little more split, but there was still more of a lean toward the conservative side.
As for the foreign policy, they were actually more liberal. See here we have 29.2% liberal opinions for us concerning foreign policy. And for social issues, they went back to more of a conservative viewpoint at 31% conservative.
That taxes are going to be a really big issue. Question is, what are our candidates' tax plans? Here's Andrea and Jared taking a look at our major candidates' tax plans.
Andrea Hughes reporting, here with Democratic candidate for president, Jacko Walz.
Pleasure to be here, Andrea.
Pleasure to have you. So, Jacko, we've been hearing a lot about your new tax plan. Would you tell us some more about it?
I'd love to, Andrea. Well, my new tax plan raises the level of the poverty line from $20,000 up to $50,000 a year. So people making under $50,000 a year are exempt from all federal taxes, as opposed to now where it's $20,000 a year. These people will still have to pay state and sales tax, obviously, but they're exempt from federal taxes, which really relieves a lot of fiscal strain from our lower income earners. Additionally, we're putting a flat tax rate on of 20% across the board. This is going on estate tax, corporate tax, capital gains tax. Everything is going to be 20%. It's going to be universal. And so what this will do is it will relieve a lot of the tax strain put on the middle class. It's going to put more money in the middle class's pockets. It's going to let them go out, buy that new car they wanted. These are the common people, and I want to reward them.
That's a lot to accomplish in just 4 years. You think that you'll be able to do all that in one term?
Absolutely. I have a good team behind me. I have a great vice president, great advisors, and I really believe that with the hard work and dedication and love for the United States of America, I think it's more than possible to really make this happen.
One last thing. What would you say right now to the undecided voters out there?
To the undecided voters, I say think. I say use your heads. I say look at my opponent, Gino. Good guy, good man, respectable human being. Not a great candidate. He may be intelligent, but he does not know in which direction to take this country. I mean, just last week the guy got a Saturday school. I feel as though you have to look at my plans. I have a 5-point plan to fix entitlements, going to save us trillions of dollars. An excellent tax plan is going to save us $3 trillion in the next 2 years. And I've put more work and thought into this than Gino's entire administration has.
Great, thanks for being here, Jacko.
Environmentalists have generally sided with the Democratic Party, so it comes to no surprise that the Sierra Club representative, Jared Mullen, has recently announced that his votes would be going to Democratic candidate for president, Jacko Walz. Walz and Mullen have already met, where reportedly they went over several terms for the Sierra Club's support. In return for their money, it was promised that no lands under their jurisdiction would be in any way bothered without their permission.
This is Jared Miller reporting with Republican candidate Gino the Bambino Washington Reagan O'Reilly. Nice to meet you, Mr. O'Reilly. Tell us about your tax policies.
Well, my tax policy is one that will benefit the nation as a whole. It's going to give tax reliefs to every branch of citizens in the nation.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, there is a flat income tax rate of 26%, and the top corporate tax rate will be 25%. Also, for the estate tax, there will be a 10% estate tax, only if the inheritance is above $5 million.
Tell me, why do you think you're a better candidate than Jacko?
Well, I believe I'm a better candidate than Jacko Because Jacko isn't interested in policies. All he's interested in is this election and beating out the other guy. So I actually have policies that will bring this nation back to where it belongs. We will go back to the American roots, what built this country. And I will do that. Jacko's plans will not help us. My tax plan will give tax breaks to the people and will create jobs.
Wonderful. As a final question, what do you have to say to the undecided voters out there?
To my undecided voters, I want to let you guys know that Jacko's liberal ideologies are what brought this country into economic downfall. My plans, specifically my tax plan, will turn us around and bring America back to economic dominance. This country needs a leader, and I am the right choice for that.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kendra and Courtney.
Thanks, Andrea and Jared, for those wonderful interviews.
Now let's take a look and compare the differences between Jacko's and Gino's tax plans. Now, with Jacko's, he's starting with a 5-point entitlement plan, but we're not entirely sure what his first 3 points are, so we're hoping for a little more of an explanation in debates. For the fourth part with the rich exempt, we disagree just because we don't think the rich should be exempt from anything. And for the welfare covered by federal taxes, we like the idea, but we're not sure how realistic it really is because that's going to be a lot of money that we're going to have to get. For the green energy and to create jobs, again, we like the idea, but we're just not quite sure that billions should be invested into it. Same with the poverty thing. We really like the idea of raising it up, but we think 50,000 is just a little too comfortable. People can live pretty comfortably on that, so we think it's just a little high. And then universal tax rate of 20% with an increased revenue of $5 trillion in 2 years. We like that. We need money, and the tax rate's not too high.
And for Gino's tax plan, he suggested an income tax rate of 26%. And comparing that to Jacko's plan, we decided that we like the flat tax better. We like the 20%. For the top corporal tax rate, 25%. That sounded pretty good. It seems fair, and it's good to keep those corporations accountable for what they're bringing in. We did like the idea of eliminating tax on long-term capital gains, but we're not exactly sure how realistic it is to completely eliminate it. That brings in a lot of revenue to the government, and we're not exactly sure if it's realistic to completely take it away. Dividends for families making less than $200,000 a year. That sounds like a pretty good plan to us. We like it, and we also like the 13% tax rate for higher incomes. As far as the estate tax, we thought that was fair. $5 million is a lot of money, so taxing that at 10% we felt would be fair to those families, and but anything below that would not be taxed. So don't worry, they're not going to steal all of your money. We also, of course, like that Gino promises to make jobs for our country and this economy and this downfall that we're in. We like the idea of lots more jobs.
So there's the comparison of your two candidates. Voters, obviously it's up to you. I hope our comparisons helped you make your decision.
And now let's head over to Jared with a voter who doesn't seem too happy with either candidate. Let's find out why.
We are here with Mr. Infantino. Please, tell us why you're unhappy with this year's selection.
Oh, the candidates are horrible this year.
Why?
They don't talk about anything of substance. Just banter all day. They give us nothing to work with. I'm very disappointed this year.
That is a shame.
It is a shame.
That is a shame.
And my tambourine is broken, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the candidates' faults. I am terrified. I am petrified for the future of this country. They can't even fix my broken tambourine. How will they fix our future?
Back to you, Courtney.
Signing off, this is Courtney.
And I'm Kendra, and this has been AI, the center for all the issues.
Jacko's tax plan. Great tax plan or the great